Have you ever been obsessed with something? Something that was almost like an addiction? Favorite song that made you learn how to play the guitar, or the movie that nudged you to a thought of attending a drama course? I was. I've always been truly obsessed with art, but when real art lessons started, the love I had was not the same anymore. Since very first years of my life, I was stunned by all forms of art. However, I didn't exactly know what it was at that time. I would stare at pictures in my books, analyze them. I would not only think about the story the picture tells or the people in it, but the picture itself. The whole was just as great as the sum of its parts. Style, colors, shading, everything was stunning. By the time I turned 11, I had realized I enjoy drawing. There were some simple things at first. Everyday objects were perfect for practice. Fruits, caps, vases with flowers, everything that was lying on the table. But then I started challenging myself for more and more complicated sketches. Animals, people, portraits. When I was about 13, it hit me. What if I could go to an art school? I handed in the documents to the nearest school of arts as soon as I could. I couldn't wait for the first day of going there. Having all necessary supplies and enormous motivation, I entered the class. As soon as I got my first task, which consisted of just drawing anything, I began working. I tried to put all the creativity I had in my work. Things were just fine until teachers said my work is not right. It didn't make sense. How could I do something wrong without even having a clear task? It turned out drawing anything means very specific anything our teachers wanted us to do. So I redid the drawing. At the same time, I questioned myself. Why does the process of artwork go this way? Isn't it supposed to be a place for art and creativity? Anyway, in a few days, I got used to the rhythm of the class. You do work for a competition, contest, or another event. Send it, then wait for the results while doing other work. That's the endless cycle. And I was working, not painting, drawing, or creating something, but literally working, doing exactly what I was told. The place of my dream became just a place where I would spend at least 2 hours of my day. But then, a marvelous thing happened. The students and I were knocked out of a daily routine. We're having some big news. There were another contest, but this time it was different. We didn't just send our artworks in and wait for the results. This time we were supposed to do the art in person, right at the place. Despite it was early on a Saturday morning and on the other side of the city, I was truly excited for the first year in a few months. I wasn't looking for getting my results though. I was sure my work wasn't that good. Ever since I started the classes, I was always told what to do. Thus, my lack of inspiration and creativity reflected in my work, because everything came out bad, not like I wanted it to be. So now that I wasn't given any direction, I had to put my own skills to the test. I struggled a lot. Everything I came up with was simple and plain. I didn't like it at all, and I think that's because I was trained to do it that way. The day the results came, the last thing I expected was my name to be on the list to go to the award giving ceremony. Maybe it's just a mistake, I thought. That's all I kept saying to myself when I saw my name on the list. Even at the ceremony, I doubted that I had actually won. It was more like a dream to me. I was thinking again and again, what was special about that simple painting? I had never won before, no matter how cool the artwork was. And some of my works were cool, but most of them were never really done by me. I took a look at the diploma one more time, and the answer came to me. That work was mine. I put my vision, my idea, my emotions in it. All my mind was there. Instead of transmitting my own ideas before, I always did what others wanted me to do, what their perception of what was. That is why I was constantly failing. I simply didn't understand what I was supposed to do most of the time. So, what is the point of that story? Nobody can get the idea across better than a person whose mind created it. Of course, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't listen to anybody or completely ignore the ideas and our surroundings. Soak up all things that are interesting for you, analyze them, take the feedback on board, take advice into your account. Ultimately though, make sure you're still in charge of your own mind and opinion. Just take a look back at your life. Maybe someone has greatly influenced your mind recently and it resulted not satisfyingly for you. Or they might still be doing it. Don't let others run space in your head. Thank you.